Hello, I would like to introduce myself. I am Pranajaya. I studied food technology and worked in food confectionery and beverage industry. Now I work as freelance consultant. I would like to share my knowledge of continuous coffee roaster machine. First, Neuhaus Neutech, Germany. Second, PROBAT, Germany. First, continuous coffee roaster machine, Neuhaus Neutech, like to steal and to automate, better for convection heat application usable, recirculation, and emission control procedures, suitable for single origin in big quantity, perforated roast former with low temperature hot gas, heat conduction at convection, high-speed hot gas and high degree of turbulence at the bean surface necessary. Small temperature difference between temperature hot gas and the bean surface. Continue from a roasting coffee machine, Neuhaus, Neutech. The coffee roaster and cooling consists insulated housing box shaped in which longitudinal rotating cylinder, the inner wall of the perforated cylinder is with continuous spiral-shaped guide plate provided. Frost and cooling section are separated from each other through wall and insulation at cylinder. First, supply of the coffee bean with continuous entailing of raw coffee bean. Second, drive the slow rotation of cylinder 4 to 6 rotation per minute. Fifth, continue the raw coffee bean on entry through roasting and cooling system until discharge. Third, guide plate prevent the coffee bean fogged out by high flow rate of heat gas. Fourth, screw fit all of 4 down coffee brick pieces from perforated cylinder to the discharge of the plane with loss section. The coffee bean moves first in the loss section cylinder and fit them to the cooling system. Six, supply of heating gas flow, which will flow in the lost cylinder to 3/4, 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Seventh, exhaust ventilator for recirculation of heating gas flow is offset in the second half of the roasting sauna so that the heating gas flow blow diagonally through the roasting cylinder, which be sucked in the roast cylinder to 1/4, 3 to 6 o'clock. The heating gas flow is recirculated. 8. Air lock. To separate cooling section from roast section through wall in cylinder. 9. Water spray system is available if it be desired. 10. Cooling section to cool the roasted coffee bean. After supply of cooling air, have exhaust ventilator of cooling air. 13. Remote roasted bean sample sampling. 14. Discharge roasted coffee bean. Control roasting option. First, change the roasting time by adjusting the cylinder speed. Second, change in the flow temperature of the heating gas. Third, change in the flow rate of the heating gas. Fourth, change the layer thickness of the coffee bed by changing the coffee flow rate and the flow distance between the axial sealing strips. Fifth, change of the cooling behavior by adjusting the water addition. Second, continuous coffee roaster machine. PROBAT drum roasting machine, non-perforated cylinder. The inner wall of the cylinder is divided into a large number of shaft-like link sections in an insulated housing with rotation speed 4 to 6 rotation per minute. Nozzle technology into cylinder a nozzle stick with a large number of tubular nozzles pointing in the direction of the coffee bed protrudes over the entire length. Two large number of nozzles will be heating gas at high speed blown into the roasted material bed from above, which thereby stands out from its impermeable paste, and swirls. The coffee is guided under the nozzle system in a non-perforated cylinder in a precisely defined time and in a technically exact force movement. The requirement for a differentiated length of temperature and flow corresponding to the temperature profile of the bean surface and inside the bean was solved by dividing the nut assembly into two. It transferred through convection and recirculation with relative humidity at 16.5%. First, supply of raw coffee bean. If the raw coffee bean is fed into the inlet side of the roasting cylinder via a dosing device, it is circulated in the measured volume by the rotary movement of the cylinder between the two walls of the first sapling in a length between the lowest point of the cylinder's orbital pad and the point up to which the coffee is carried along by the orbital movement before it falls back to the lowest point again. Lost section, it hits the impermeable cylinder wall below the coffee bed, cannot move sideways because of partition walls, and thus leaves the coffee beans in a wearing manner and exposes them to constant heavy heating gas scavenging. After one rotation of the cylinder, the coffee beans move from one ring chute to the next through the entire length of the cylinder. And third, Nozzle sticks is blown through the nozzle protruding into the coffee beds with the heating gas and wired up. 4. Supply ventilator of heating gas flow to nozzles. 5. Secondary ventilator of heating gas flow to nozzles. 6. Exhaust ventilator of heating gas flow. 7. Exhaust pipe of heating gas flow. 8. Water spray system in the last two sapling Before the outlet, water is sprayed on by a spray device and the roasting process is abruptly ended before the coffee is diverted to the bed conveyor located under the roasting container. Redirection coffee bean if the cooling system fails. Number 9. Redirection coffee bean if the cooling system fails. 10. Supply ventilator of cooling air. 8. Bed cooler. Slowly moving coffee is sucked with cooling air in and flow through the perforated plate bed pump below to which it releases its head. Fifth, exhaust ventilator of cooling air. 13th, discharge at the end of conveyor belt. It cools down through an outlet and is transported via a dash tunnel or through the processing. Green flow direction of the coffee bean. Coffee bean. Inflow direction of heating gas. Heating gas. Outflow direction of heating gas. Inflow direction of cooling gas. Outflow direction of cooling gas. Control roasting options. First, quantity nozzle in link crowd customized heat demand of coffee beans. Second, the weight of the shafts defined by the shaft walls varies according to the increase in volume of the coffee during roasting. Third, in the last quarter of the roasting section, the nozzles work with an increased heating gas velocity adapted to the last roasting phase. Fourth, in the last two couplings before the outlet, water is sprayed on by a spray device and the roasting process is abruptly ended before the coffee is diverted to the pet cooler located under the roasting container. Thank you for your watching. Danke für Ihres Aussehen. Goodbye, auf Wiedersehen.